Hi everyone, welcome to my video. We will learn how to apply your own post-graduation work permit. This is not legal advice and it's simply following instructions. If you have a very similar or very basic scenario with no complications, but if you at any point think that your case is uncertain or you're not sure, please seek legal advice. But if you're familiar with IRCC guidelines and know what you're doing, then you can do it by yourself. So let's go right into it. So start by typing post-graduation work permit. Go to the Canada's site, apply post-graduation work permit. Read everything. Make sure you know your TLI number. Make sure you know that you are eligible. Go to who can apply. You have the general eligibility criteria and then your education requirements. Make sure you read everything and know what documents you need. So you basically need the completion letter from your college, as well as the official transcripts, as well as your passport size picture, and your IELTS or CELPIP transcript showing that you are eligible, which is less than 2 years old. Let's go to how to apply. You may need to submit your biometrics fees. It really depends if you have your biometrics done already in past 10 years, I think. You can actually go and check if you need biometrics. So if you think I didn't or I have gave, let's just say for study permit, you can check it on the status too. So you go to I accept. And you put your UCI number, whatever your UCI number is. It's basically the 11-digit code, and then your last name, your date of birth, and then your country of birth, and you can check the status. So I'll let you know. So then if you have your ones that are valid, so you don't have to pay $85 again for the biometric fee. But if you think they're not eligible, make sure you check in case it delays your application. So let's go back. So to apply, you need an IRCC account. So if you click here, you land into this page. So you need to have your GC key or your sign-in partner, or if you are doing it for first time, you can register. But sometimes you have a IRCC account when you do your student visa, but if at any time you think you do not have the access or you don't want to use it if someone else has the access, so you can just register for a new one. I'm gonna register with GC key and password. So oh, this is sign in. Make sure you do it here. Accept. Okay, let's create your username. After you're done with your password, make sure you do your recovery questions, whatever you remember. Okay guys, I'm signed in my IRCC account. I'm going to go in, start my application, apply to come to Canada. This is where you do visitor visas, work and study permits. If you have a personal reference code, enter it here. If no, then we need to do it. So that is work permit. Okay, you are going to enter work here, and then you're gonna do temporarily more than 6 months. Make sure you enter the code. In my case, I'm gonna enter India. Your current country of residence should be Canada if you are doing it here. If somewhere else, then it has to be somewhere else. Do you have a family member who is citizen or permanent resident? From family member, they mean very specific people. It's basically a spouse, common law partner, children, or their children. So I'm going to say no. It is basically for people who also have their spouse in Canada who can be a permanent resident, and then they are applying for a spousal work permit. Enter your date of birth. I'm gonna enter random year, 97, October, whatever. Gonna go next. Okay. I am not a permanent resident of United States, so I'm gonna enter no. If you are, enter yes, and then it will differ accordingly. Okay, your current immigration status. If you are applying post-graduation work permit, you should be on a student visa. If you are something else, I think maybe you're not at the right place. So enter student here. Do you plan to work on campus? Depends. I would say no. I would say yes. Yes, so your study has to be full-time, minimum of 8 months. I would say yes. It depends. If you have, say yes. If you haven't, say no. Does it make a difference if you say no? No. It's just the same thing. So I would say no here. But if you have ever been told by IRCC that you have approved in principle for permanent residence, you should say yes. I would say no here if you are doing a post-graduation work permit. I would say no. I would say yes. This is basically your graduation or completion letter that you get from the college, and then you also need your official transcripts. I would say single. So the province you're currently in, or if you're planning to move, it really depends on your situation. Here. So I'm gonna go and do the postgraduate work permit in Canada and enter continue. Here we are. Do you have official letter? Yes. Have you medical exam performed by IRCC? Usually you do it when you do your study permit, but if you have if it's done for more than 12 months, you should enter no here. Okay. Read all the categories. If you intend to work on any of these, you should get your medical done, but if no, then it's fine. I would say no, but if you want to work for these, you should say yes. No. Family member has a different meaning again. It means, again, your spouse. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. You would say no if you're not giving your access to someone else. Really depends. If you have done your biometrics earlier, you should say yes. Usually now everyone does it, but if you have a situation where you haven't, you should say no. But you can always check your biometric status on IRCC website, as I showed in the beginning of the video. Yes, I will be paying my fees. Yes, you need a digital copy of all your documents. Yes, I have a credit card. Make sure you review your answers. Do not do anything that you're unsure of. Make sure you know what you're selecting. Here, it's time to upload your documents. Okay. So you need your recent education transcript, and you need your letter, your completion letter. Your passport should include all the pages. It means your first page, your last page, any page with any stamps, and the last page. You need a digital photo. It's basically the passport size photo in JPG format. Oops. And then you need a digital photo taken by a commercial photographer last 6 months. And you must upload the photographer's information, which includes name, address, and date the photo was taken, to the client information item under optional documents. Make sure you go to a photographer and then get your photo taken with the stamp, the signature, and it should be taken within the last 6 months. And that's it. You will most probably not need this or this client information. Make sure you pay, and then you have the form. So we have this. Oops. So make sure you know your UCI number. You should have this on your study permit. You want the service in English. I'm just gonna enter a random UCI number. I'm applying for work permit. I remember this one for the first time. Okay, you would select this one for the first time or with a new employer. Make sure you enter your family name, whatever it is, your given name, and then if you ever used any other names, your sex, your date of birth, whoops, and your place of birth. Make sure it matches the passport. So if you have anything like and you have a state, and so make sure you put it like this. Put in your country. Your citizenship is usually the country where you came from. So your status in Canada is right now of a student. Okay, enter when you got your study permit. So not from the date you started your study, but actually when you got your study permit. It can be like a few weeks earlier than your actual study. And then from 2 you will continue till you have done your studies, till your last date. You can also check this date on your completion letter. It should match with your last day of your school. And then if you have any other country you have lived in, this would not include your country of citizenship and Canada. So anything other than from where you came, and then Canada, enter something where you lived more than 6 months. Your current marital status, single. If you have previously married, no. Your mother tongue, whatever. Do English. Oh, you don't have to do anything here. Have you taken yes? And then enter your passport number. Your country should be wherever. Make sure your issue date is correct, your expiry date is correct. This too doesn't apply to you. Do no here. Do no here. Your contact information. If it's same, do yes. If it's no, you can also do no. Your telephone number for Canada. Make sure you enter your email address. And then the date you came to Canada, which was your first original entry. Make sure you check your passport and the place. Enter probably the airport. Enter Toronto Pearson or from wherever you did your first entry. The original purpose, you came to study. The most recent entry, for some of people it could be same as the original entry. And then again the place. Make sure you put your study permit document number here. What type of work permit you're applying to. Open work permit. Post-graduation work permit. If you're employed by a foreign worker who is a contractor, please identify the foreign worker here. You don't need this. You can enter intended location if you know something. You don't have to fill this. Nope. This is for PNP nominates. Put your education history. Yes, and fill it here. Your employment history, whatever you worked on your study permit. Your background information, any diseases, if you have been denied entry. Most of the stuff here will be no. And then if you want to be contacted I would say do yes. Do your signature and put in today's date. Make sure you validate. After you validate, you will see there will be codes, barcodes generated. Right now it will not let me because my form is not complete, but once it's complete, you will see your barcode generated. After that, you save your thing and then you upload it here from upload file, and that's it. So you only have to upload this form, the very limited documents, nothing from here. Make sure you pay your fee, and then it will give you the option to submit. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, make sure you check the IRCC portal. If at any time you think you do not know what you're doing, make sure you seek independent legal advice. And that's all for today. Thank you all for listening, and hope you all get your successful post-graduation work permits very, very soon.